Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Finn and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Finn's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny correction and lots of motivation that we give Finn when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tiny tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Finn is going to come home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly tomorrow afternoon during your follow-up training session. Now, Finn is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is simply proper leash walking with his shoulders, even with your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And each time that you stop your feet, he's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So what this does is it makes you the leader of the walk and not the follower. If you speed up, he should do the same. When you stop, he sits automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So if you're a power walker, he should do the same. If you slow down, you're talking to a neighbor, you stop, he should sit nicely at your left and wait for you to tell him what to do next. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use his name. The long sit-stay when you're practicing at home can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 to 45 seconds and work slowly up to 3 minutes. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him. If you notice, she stopped at his shoulders, so everything starts and stops at heel, and they take off heeling again. So putting your video on at home and working along with it and getting him to do all of these commands with you just reverses your pack status. And he's going to see you as the leader, not someone that he needs to protect. He can be a little bit of a nervous Snelly. Now this time, instead of returning to him, Brandy's going to call him, and this is the come on command. He comes right in and sits. He looks up at her. She's praising him for a good job. He's not a fan of bugs. So every once in a while, he thinks he sees a bug, or there's actually a bug, and he kind of puts the brakes on. Unlike my dog, who chases them and eats them. Finn's a little intimidated by them. Brandy leaves him again in a sit-stay. She walks all the way out to the end of her leash. There he goes with the bugs. And if you notice, she didn't allow him to continue to be distracted. She made him come to her and to go back to heel and back sitting. That one spot in the yard, Brandy, seems to be where he thinks there's a bug. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are going to be your down commands. And these two are best practiced right in the house. With him seated at your left, this is your down from a heel position. You take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. You're going to work up to a 5-minute long down stay with this command. When Brandy returns, she returns exactly as she did on the sit-stay, all the way back to heel position. She stops at his shoulders, and at this point, he waits for another command. Trying to make sure that you can see him without getting him into the area where he's sure there's a bug. So that's your down from a heel position again. Brandy's all the way out to the end of her 6-foot training leash, and she's going to call him out of that. And you hear her talking to him and encouraging him. You don't need to be intense, you just need to be a little firm. But you can mix it up with praise, so he knows that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm doing these skills for you, and I'm going to get praised for a good job. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a distance. So you're going to leave him in a sit-stay. Don't go all the way to the end of your 6-foot leash yet, because you want it to be successful. You're going to use your right hand to give the command. And he goes down, she gives him stay, and that's your down from a distance. Now, we're going to have a whole packet of information for you regarding Finn, scheduling, everything, answer all your questions when you come to get him, and then hopefully if it's not raining, be able to come outside and work with him. If it is raining, we can make arrangements for you to work him indoors. He has come a very long way, and we are very thankful that you chose Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you real soon.